putting out, and yes, it's going to look like I'm wearing the same shirt because I am putting out more than one video on the same day, which I schedule them to be released at certain dates, certain times. So yes, Jeff, you're going to see your video that you like, or the shirt you like. Jeff is also sending us something in the mail that I'm going to be glad to share, and thank you again very much, Jeff, for what you're doing, for the donation you're making. It's going to help a lot. We appreciate you a lot. You're a good man, brother, and you're close to my heart. Location of this one's going to be West Virginia. Year is 2015. The girl that had this encounter, I believe it's a man, sorry, is going to be 23 years old. The 23-year-old witness, anonymous, has decided to partake in some early morning fishing. He got up in the middle of the night and made his way through the woods to his spot. It was a very secluded area. He managed to catch 3 fish. The sun was beginning to rise. He then received a phone call from his mother asking him to pick up her medication after he was done fishing. He hung up and was preparing to throw his line back in the water when he noticed that everything around him seemed to get unnaturally quiet. The Oz effect. He thought it very odd, but brushed it off. He threw the line out. Before long, he began to hear water splashing. He asked if anyone was out there, yet there was no reply. He sat listening and tossed his line again. He heard splashing sound again. He surmised that somebody was throwing rocks into the water. This happened to me at Troll Bridge in a video, guys, that I done not long ago. I had a large rock land in the water actually while I was under the bridge. I'll put the link to that video in the description. I would recommend that you go watch it and watch how large the rock was that landed in the water and really was not that far from me. He asked whomever it was to stop playing games. It's a good idea to do this if you feel that somebody is messing with you while you're out in the woods. If you're like me, you are armed and you do have protection on you. And if you are somebody that likes to go out and play jokes, I would highly recommend that you not do that, because a lot of us are armed. And if you make us feel endangered for us, our family, or great bodily harm, then I don't know the laws in other states, but here in the state of Oklahoma, we have the right to act and to use, deadly force if we feel that bodily harm, great bodily harm, or death may come upon us. So I recommend not doing that to anybody, especially if they have their family out there, their kids, etc., because they're going to be even more protecting. He caught another fish. He took the fish and placed it aside. He then heard the sound of snapping twigs and sticks. Somebody was walking in the woods. It then stopped. He again asked if somebody was out walking, and he asked him to stop. Again, he received no reply. This continued for several minutes. Then he heard it walking at a more brisker pace, much closer to him. See it right there is whenever I would start really getting a little antsy. Suddenly, whatever it was became visible to the witness for the first time. He could see one bright yellow eye peeking through the opening of the foliage. The creature then parted the leaves, and then the witness observed that it was a gigantic wolf head looking at him. This is when you know that you're being stalked. You know that this thing has bad intentions for you. At this moment, you are being stalked. You are its prey. It looked like a werewolf. It was like something in a horror movie. It proceeded to step out from behind the foliage, and it walked on 2 legs to the water's edge. The witness was in shock. He dropped his fishing rod and just watched the creature as it turned and looked over at him. He described that it had a huge head, bright yellow eyes, massive shoulders, long arms that hung down in front, huge hands with claws on the end of each finger, with dog-type legs. The terrified witness began backing away, leaving his gear and the fishing rod. He quickly made his way back to the trail, and he could hear the thing following him. When he stopped, it stopped. After walking some more, he could also observe the creature behind him. It growled at him. In absolute fear, the witness pulled out his gun. He was a licensed gun owner, and began walking backwards. At this point, the creature ran off through the grass. He watched as it entered the tree line and began circling back onto the trail from the other side. This thing is definitely tracking him. It's getting ready to ambush him. The witness could now see the creature ahead of him coming in his direction. It's cut him off. It's took his path of way out away from him, and it's now trying to make its move. This is an ambush tactic. This is such planned, and how he is planning this shows that they have great thought, that they're smart, and they have the ability to plan and attack. We call that the killing zone. Sensing he was in great danger, the creature was definitely intending on attacking him. The witness fired his gun 3 times. These were warning shots intended to scare off the beast. It did not seem to deter the creature. It continued to walk toward him, so he pointed at the creature and fired twice. The witness could hear the impact as the bullets connected. The creature stumbled back. To the witness, it seemed more angry than hurt. Eventually, the beast got down on all fours and ran off into the woods. The witness made it out of the area. It took him nearly 7 years before he was finally able to discuss what had happened. He said he did find large pools of blood, and later, as it ran off, he was able to hear the creature yelping like a normal injured dog would, but off in the distance. He's not sure if it survived the attack or if it didn't, but he said there was a lot of pooling blood, dark purple blood, which would indicate an arterial attack, which is probably a good shot. It's a good shoot, and it probably did go die. But it just goes to show that if something is attacking you, same as if you're dealing with an individual and you have to use your weapon, they don't always stop like in the movies. In the movies, you see people get shot and they go backwards and they're blown through doors and stuff like that. That does not happen in real life. A lot of times it is normal for a person that is shot to fall forward, and they will not go backwards. Sometimes there's people that don't even know they're hit. The best hit most of the time that you want to try to make is what they call a CNS hit, which is a central nervous system hit. That will most generally just drop the subject just like a sack of potatoes or creature, whatever you're hunting at the time. But yeah, if you're out there, do not expect your gun to stop something immediately. We are taught to shoot, till it stops. So you shoot till it stops, till the threat stops. And if something is after you and you believe it, it's going to kill you, you have to use your own judgment, the laws in your state, and what you're allowed to do. But always be vigilant, always be careful, keep your head on a swivel, be safe about it. And until next time, guys, don't be something's dinner, be safe, and common sense goes a long ways. Take care, guys. Good seeing you.